Hi, Sreka Garu. Hello, hello. How are you? Rakul, if you're here, you need to say hi, baby, so I can invite you in. I should have told you that before, but let me see if my headphones work. Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy Monday. How was your Monday? ఏం చేస్తున్నారు మీరు? How was say hi to me. Hi Rajni from Netherlands. How are you doing? So I've been giving, oh, there you go. You said hello. So I've been, let her come on and I'll tell you what. Induku enti.
Hello, hello.
Finally we get to hang out. Thank God.
So, how ready have you gotten to just speak to me? We speak every day.
I don't look like this.
I'm like, I was actually having thoughts of you going to be very ready and what am I going to do? And, like I
I
can't
know.
do that, right? You know that.
I realize this now is the time for me to wear all the accessories that I have. Because otherwise, kanpicham kada manam. We do so much, but now my frame is only this, so I'm getting creative.
Direct గా
See,
కూర్చున్నాను ఇది ఎక్కువ అయిపోయింది.
లోపలికి వెళ్ళి అయితే ఇదిగో నేను హార్ట్స్ వేసుకున్నా నీకోసం.
Yeah.
Choking me with my love.
Oh wow, I love it.
Thank you.
How are
Have
you?
you been? I'm good. In Podutnich, we'll go Telugu and English both ways. So you've been busy
నేను
since
చాలా
morning.
మాట్లాడలేదు
తెలుగు అయితే తెలుగులోనే మాట్లాడైతే ఈరోజు
మాట్లాడదాం ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడదాం we'll both
అంతే.
talk.
నీ voice is going in and out, baby.
Should be fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but there's like a slight delay.
I don't know. I mean, it shows.
Okay, now it's fine.
Yeah. What's up?
So Rakul is stuck in Bombay. I wish she had just come back here. It was just that nick of that moment. 2 days before the lockdown, I was supposed to be in Bombay. Uh, her brother Aman illadanmata akkada tanu quarantine ayyadu.
He just 2 days before curfew, the first curfew, ఒక్కడే కోసం వచ్చారు. You know that.
Yes.
కట్టెలతో పాటు ఒకే ఒక రోజు కోసం వచ్చారు. And so happened that we told him okay, stay another day, and then he just
I was supposed to come.
was supposed to come.
Yeah. So we thought we'll all hang together and come back again, and then it didn't happen.
But I'm waiting for the first, at least like the border pass to come in, or at least the situation to get a little better, so I can come back to Hyderabad and give you a watch, like still give you a distant hug.
Social distancing together. So, how have I've been asking a lot of people the same question because everybody has a different point of view, how and what they have learned through this quarantine. I know we've been in touch regularly, but నీకని నువ్వు తెలుసుకునింది ఏంటి quarantine time లో? Wow, this is something I learned about me అని.
I think I learned a lot of things about me way before quarantine.
Because నువ్వు ఇంట్లో ఒక్క సెకండ్ ఉండలేవు కదా పాప. So, how is it that you're able to?
It's not that I couldn't be at home. It's just that I didn't have the time. Yes, there was a point about maybe 2-3 years back in my life where I couldn't be at home, where I didn't know what to do with myself. But you know that my spiritual journey over the last 2-3 years, and just sort of being comfortable with not having company around, and just sometimes not even having work, and talking inward and just being at peace with yourself. I think happened over the last 2 3 years. I would have gone really mad if I was the past Rakul and it was this quarantine. Right now, nakanta restlessness em ledu. I just feel that we have so much to be grateful about, Laku.
Ade baby.
I there are so many people, so many actors. Bombay lo help the adledu. The servant room ledu. Ekku
Avunu.
there's no.
Avunu.
So you know that I shifted my house 10 days before the lockdown happened. And
Yeah.
కూడా లేదు మార్నింగ్ వస్తుంది నైట్ వెళ్ళిపోద్ది హైదరాబాద్ లాగా
Avunu.
లేదు and the moment I'm talking about the smallest things and I shifted here,
Yeah.
I have a help and I have a cook and people don't have food to eat. And if
Exactly.
with the food that we have, the house, shelter, help, love, good health, and even then, if you are cribbing about the quarantine, I think there's really some introspection needed there. You know, um,
No, but you're being very positive about it, and it's really important to hear that because people take whatever you just said for granted. ఇవన్నీ ఉండేది కదా ఇది కూడా లేకపోతే this is all given. What more? మన restaurant కి ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తాం బయటకి ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తాం where is our next party? But and people are going through a lot of depression because they are not used to being with themselves. నువ్వు
yeah,
ఇప్పుడు అన్నావు చూడు నేను నా స్పిరిచువల్ జర్నీ వల్ల నేను అదే పాత రాకులు అయి ఉంటే ఈ క్వారంటైన్ తట్టుకోలేమని I think నాకు also for in this trip inkoncham deeper in my spiritual practice, in the doingness of nothing. And ఈ series start చేయడం కూడా ఏదో quarantine నాకు తెలుసు ఇప్పుడు series start చేస్తానని ఏం జరగల. It just organically happened, and I tell you, ఈ రోజు నా group లో I sent it to about 500 people. I have 2 broadcast lists that I sent. I thought ours will be the most easy, boring, because we're best
yeah.
friends and everybody అందరికి తెలుసు తీసుకొచ్చింది ఇట్లా రాకుల్ని అని. You won't believe so many people sent me questions తెలుసా నీకు అడగమని. I was like, wow,
Wow.
really? Remember I called you half an hour ago. I said, what are we going to talk about? We'll just
Yeah.
talk or not.
Like I don't even know what is it that you're going to ask me that you actually don't know the answer.
I know. I'm like, what should I ask? What people want to know, right? So
Yeah.
tell me, ఈ quarantine లో I know నువ్వు fitness కూడా you were able to keep it up because you go to the gym or yoga outside. Self motivation ఎలా పాప? నీకు షూటింగ్ లేదు, okay? You have no award function to go to. Indefinitely quarantine is there. Because I'm good 1 week, I'm bad 1 week. How do you keep that consistency for yourself?
Laku, I think self motivation for me over the years comes, that's who I am. It doesn't depend on what I'm doing the next day. It's how I like to feel internally. I feel terrible. Na body ఇప్పుడు క్వారంటైన్ లో కూడా నేను 6:37 we are up and we're talking. I don't have to. I can sleep till 10 o'clock. I can watch movies till late. But not that it's just that that's the way I like to be. I just feel
Mm.
that you have all this time and ఈ time ఉన్నప్పుడు also if we can't be a an optimum version of ourselves, then 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 what are we doing with this time?
I I think that's why we are friends, So
Yeah,
మేమిద్దరం కలుసుకునేది కూర్చొని గంటలు గంటలు ఉండదు. So she'll come for shooting, and she'll have time from 12 to 12:45 lunch break. నేను షూటింగ్ లేకుండా నేను ఇంట్లో ఉంటే we go to each other. We spend that 45 minutes. We've had breakfast at 6:30 in the morning. Only 15 minutes time undi and చెప్పి we've done that.
yeah, yeah.
So
But that right now, so for me motivation is something that becomes a part of you. If you do it because you have to shoot, then that's you doing it with an agenda, not who you are. And I feel when you give it out to the universe that I am someone who deserves all of this, you sort of put your discipline out there, you put your motivation out there, you put your zest for life and work out there at all points. It
what
doesn't.
gives you that zest for life? What gives you that zest for life? People have everything that you have. Most of the people who are on Instagram, and yes, people are really, really, really suffering. Indialo ekku poverty gurinche matladtam, people not having enough food gurinche matladtam. This pandemic has made it even worse for the daily wagers. I know you've been taking care of 200 people from the time the lockdown started in Delhi through your parents, 200 మందికి తను ఫుడ్ పెడతా ఉండే ఎవ్రీ రోజు కుక్డ్ ఫుడ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పటి నుంచి మమ్మీ డాడీ చూసుకుంటా ఉన్నారు. బట్ lot of people have what you have and a lot more than what you have.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Lot more. But what gives you that zest? Like, yes, I want to be up because these are extraordinary times, okay? నువ్వు షూటింగ్ ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తావు నీకు నిజంగా క్లారిటీ లేదు. అండ్ మన ఫస్ట్ లాక్డౌన్ దట్ 21 day అన్నప్పుడే షూటింగ్ ఏంటి, స్కెడ్యూల్ ఏంటి, డేట్స్ ఏంటి?
I was, I'd read something long back. I'm forgetting ye book lo chadvanu. It said that are we ever thankful that the sun rises in the right direction? When we wake up in the morning, are we thankful that we open our eyes? Are we breathing? Is the sun setting? If it doesn't happen for one day, if the sun doesn't come out, the life will finish. But we're not
Yes.
thankful about these smallest things. And it started with that for me, that when all of this is right and so many more things, firstly, whether it's my work, there's so many people who don't know their passion. One, I know what my passion is. Second, I'm lucky enough to be able to do what I love, to not think of my job as a job. So I'm so lucky. So there's so much to be thankful about. Can I not just be dedicated? All that's asked for me is to give my 100%. How do I expect the world to give me what I want if I can't give 100% in return? That's the only
Bam! That's my girl right there. Yeah, power. No, that's what I mean, gratitude.
gratitude.
Rakul, నేను చాలా దాని గురించి మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటాం because, there are some horrible people out there, especially in the industries that we work, that is so everybody's fighting to be on the top, and everybody is, you don't know who to trust, who not to trust, and then you trust some people and those people start being something else. It's just, to get over that and to find gratitude in that small thing. So నాకు రకుల్ ఎప్పుడు అదే అంటుండేది, how lucky are you this happened to you, how lucky are you, because మనం ఎప్పుడు bigger picture చూడం. To be grateful to be waking up that morning, and you're very true, opening your eyes and breathing. If we start thanking that each thing,
Thank
మన
there are so many billions of neurons in our body. Do we ever address thank you, everything is working, thank you, all that electrical wiring is properly plugged in, thank you, my heart is pumping, my body is pumping, like you that we ignore. Humans have a tendency to take everything for granted, I feel.
No, but
And
what you're saying, thousands of people are listening, lakhs of people are listening, Rakul.
yeah,
And మనం ఎన్నిసార్లు gratitude గురించి చెప్పినా, thank you గురించి చెప్పినా, నువ్వు beautiful గా చెప్పావు. To be able to wake up in the morning, to look at the sunrise, అక్కడ start there. Start being grateful for those things, and then you'll start seeing all the beauty around you, kada?
ade ante, it's always like glass full, glass half empty, half
Half.
full. We've all
మా ఇద్దరి ముందు ఏదైనా ఫుడ్ పెడితే చూడాలి, కొద్దిసేపు దాని పోయిటరీ చదివి పాటలు పాడి, వీల్
ఎంత
దట్
బాగుంది, ఈ క్రిస్ప్ టెక్స్చర్ ఎంత బాగుంది, ఇది హాట్ ఎంత బాగుంది. అయ్యో, ఐ
ఈ రోజు
మిస్.
నీరజాకి మెసేజ్ పెట్టా పొద్దున్న, ఒక పెద్ద లిస్ట్, ఇదిగో ఇవన్నీ ఇంగ్రీడియంట్స్ తెప్పించుకుంటున్నాను నేను, వాట్ ఎల్స్ షుడ్ ఐ గెట్? And then I sent Vishnu the message. I said, Vishnu, what do you want me to get from Qmart? He's like, nothing. I said, you better tell ingredients and no cook cheyadani తీసుకొచ్చాను నేను అని, for Vishnu to cook.
కుకింగ్ మ్యాన్, అమేజింగ్ ఫుడ్. నేను చేస్తున్నాను, నీకు తెలుసు, పంపించాను ఫొటోస్, బట్ అంత ప్రెజెంటేషన్ కోసం నాకు
Presentation లేదు, తినడానికి బాగుంది. Aman has become a great cook, I heard.
he has been cooking amazing food. Of course, I'm vegan now, so he's been cooking all the non-veg, because that's not. We stopped ordering food బయట నుంచి తీసుకురావట్లేదు, అసలు ఏం లేదు బయట నుంచి. సో ఒకరోజు బటన్ చికెన్ తినాలంటే బటర్ చికెన్ కుక్ చేశారు, కడాయి చికెన్ చేశారు, చాలా బాగా చేశారు. అంటే నాకు అంత పేషెన్స్ లేదు ఒక 4 hours ప్రొసీజర్ది. I'll make something which is quick, 1 hour, more on the healthy bake side.
అవును.
And but Aman's been doing gas cooking.
I'm going back to a little bit of work. What is a heroine's role in a commercial movie's success? How much do you think she adds value to it? Because It is the poster value, right?
That question has a lot of layers. Commercial, as we specify, is very very different today. What is commercial today? Little bit story, and still the songs is also being termed as commercial. It's the role.
నీకు డిఫరెన్స్ ఇంకొంచెం ఎక్కువ తెలుసుంటుంది. హైదరాబాద్ లో పనిచేసి ఇప్పుడు బాంబేకి పనిచేస్తే నీకు సేమ్ క్వశ్చన్ నువ్వు బాంబేలో పని చేసి ఉండకపోతే డిఫరెంట్ ఆన్సర్ ఉండేది.
Yes, I feel what you're asking is that if you don't have too much to do in a film, say it's just few scenes and few songs, and still the film is a hit, what value do you bring to the film? Tell me if I'm wrong. That's what you're asking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is a question even I had, which we've had this discussion on why am I doing it if it doesn't give me that satisfaction. I'll tell you, but there has to be a balance, Laku. Yes, we love stories, but Indian cinema has lived on songs. Our Indian songs have been a part of cinema. Those are the songs.
ఆ సినిమా మనకి ఎంత ఈడియం ప్లే చేసుకున్నా ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద నైట్ ఇట్స్ హిందీ సాంగ్, హిందీ బాంగ్రా ఆర్ పంజాబీ.
It is buster for many millions and millions of Indians. వాళ్ళు వస్తే వాళ్ళ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ కోసం మూవీకి వెళ్తారు. ఆ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ లో వాళ్ళకి 5 songs ఉంటే they see those 4-5 songs, they see those 4-5 nice scenes. For them, it's aspirational. So that's when I understood that even if you don't believe in a certain kind of cinema, you might watch films from the West and be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have to sort of strike a balance somewhere and give that audience who make you, let's face the fact, the films you and I will like and we feel that we bring so much to the table will not make you a star.
Yeah.
Love that you get from millions happens when you have those songs.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, so somewhere I feel you do bring that added value in terms of the glamour,
popularity, glamour,
or just looking that part, or doing your bit in that part. Now I wouldn't say Nakku Prem Toy had a great role. That was also a commercial. Or
yeah.
Doi was a great role. That was also a commercial film. So it always adds when you have a good role with a commercial film. But I think things are changing now. I think there's a midway that we have come to where I don't think anyone wants to do also just songs.
Yeah, అటు ఇటు. So how has నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు సినిమాలు చూస్తున్నావు కదా, సినిమాలు కథలు వింటున్నావు కదా, how has your perception changed in what kind of movies you're selecting, or what is your criteria right now when you listen to your scripts?
I'll be very honest with you. There's a lot more that I want to do than what is right now on the table, probably. I'm not saying that I'm not satisfied, but that to get there, I will have to work through this. When you start out, it's not like I can say this is exactly what I'm going to do, and otherwise I won't do the rest. Yes, this is exactly what I want to do, but probably to get here, I will have to do a little bit of everything to sort of figure what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So
sometimes your casting in your head is different to what the director has in his head for you.
And for a larger audience to make them believe that you are suited for a wide variety of roles, different kind of roles, you have to do that kind of credible work, do some sort of work. Now if I'm talking only of Bombay or only of Telugu, things work very.
What's your favorite movie until now that you've done, that when you every time you look at it it's like
of I have done? I think Venkatadri will be very special because it's first film. I loved doing Rarandoi because again it was a very sweet character. I loved Dhiran Adhigaramundu, my Tamil film, and then Dede Pyar De is something which really opened a lot of avenues for me in Bombay. So that's also going to be very special always.
So now you have a film with Arjun coming up,
yes,
and one with Sid.
Yes, and one with John.
And one with John. That's the one you just started working, or
no?
That's the latest.
No, I was midway through Attack, which is with John, and midway through, almost done with the film with Arjun. So these two films were going to finish in March, and I was supposed to start the one with Sid in April, but the lockdown happened. In Telugu, there's with Nitin, which is midway through. Then there's Indian 2.
Chandrasekhar Yeleti garu kada.
Yes, yes, Ade.
What a director. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be. And then Indian 2 is happening.
Indian 2, and there's a film with Shiva Karthikeyan in Tamil.
How do you work like this, Rakul? మీకు అందరికీ తెలియదు ఒకటి ఏం తెలుసా Rakul గురించి? Okay, I'll say something that you guys don't know about Rakul. I've said it before, but it's really reality, and you have to share something about me that you think people don't know. So ఒక రోజులో అదొద్దులే అంటే don't go everywhere నీ what you can say in public forum, rascal. I'll kill you. So Rakul, in a 365 days, she works for 540 days. Like if you calculate the shut up. If you calculate the hours, the travel, the kind of movies, mali commercials, store openings, majlo like it really, I don't know, it's not humanly possible to do what you do.
No.
So that's something that most people don't know, because it's all glam and you look pretty and so right all the time.
People know that our job is very demanding. All the glamour.
What's your typical day, Rakul, on a shooting day? Tell them about Harry, what time you wake up. I want chuppu mottam.
Why you want? So it depends. I like to finish my workout before I go to shoot. So no matter what time, say if I've been called at 6 o'clock, there are days I wake up at 4. I wake up at 4:15. I finish that because then that part is done, and that for me is like an energy booster.
Why is fitness such a? Everybody works out to look a certain way. As actors, మనం అందరూ ఒక certain way we look at. Why is fitness so important to you? You get to that after what you finish saying. Sorry.
Yeah. So I finished that. So say on an average, I'd wake up, if it's a shooting day, I'd wake up around 5 o'clock. I'll finish my workout. I'd be on set by 7, 6:37. Yeah, about 7. You start shooting by 8, 8:30. If it's Telugu, if it's South, then I'll be shooting till 6 o'clock. By 7, 7:30, I'll be home and prep for the next day. Probably squeeze in some dinner with you. But now that the last 6 months I've been here in Bombay call sheets are longer. So you shoot 9 to 9. So I'll only get back home by 10, 10:30. And by 11 I crash because I have to wake up at 5. Or maybe by 12 I crash because if I'm prepping for the next day. And
so she doesn't sleep and wake up, and like it's a lot of work that she has to constantly put for ఈ మధ్యలో మళ్ళీ డ్రెస్ స్టైల్స్ మా stylist work, photo shoots, TikToks. It's like killing me right now. This quarantine has made me super busy.
But I like it. I've always wanted to do it, and like they say that choose a job you don't need a vacation from, and this is my that I don't really need a vacation from. I love to do that kind of work, and so are you. We're both fellow Librans. We love working.
But
And
yeah, talking about sorry, fitness. That's what I was asking. Talking about going back.
So I was always into sports when I was a kid, and some sort of extracurricular, outdoor sport was a part of my growing up.
Rakul, India kosam golf adedi. She was.
No, I played nationals. I played junior nationals, not represented India.
Sorry, represented India kadu nationals, but it's up there, dude. So nationals adedi golf lo. So that's why she Sadhguru toti akkada ikkada golf tournaments enduku veltundante, because she's really, really, really good at golf. So yeah, tell me, ఎప్పుడు golf ఎప్పుడు స్పోర్ట్స్ పర్సనే కదా నువ్వు?
చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి వేరే వేరే స్పోర్ట్స్, గోల్ఫ్ 5th 6th స్టాండర్డ్ లో స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. కానీ దాని ముందు ఏదో it was just a part of my growing up. రోజు ఏదో outdoor activity ఉండాలి 1-2 hours. So when I got to modeling, which was right after my school when I was 18, that changed because I would get tan, so I couldn't go out and play basketball, or I couldn't go out and play like badminton or golf. And then I had to sort of sweat that out because I was used to sweating out every day. And appudu working out start ayindi, and then it just became a part of me. And now it's not for the way I look, it's the way I feel. I feel it's important.
Bam, it's not for the way I look, but the way I feel.
Exactly.
If anybody gets something out of this, working out is not for just the way you look, but it's mainly for the way you feel, and that's so important. Yeah.
And
yeah.
like taking out my toxins early in the morning. Na cells ki rejuvenation vachestadi. So it's like rejuvenating my body. And when I'm tired, I'm like, come on, that was a good day. Now we can go.
Ah,
Otherwise,
Rakul, tell us the time. Tell us the time when you wanted to join for Miss India. You said how you had to lose weight and how your father helped you.
you remember.
Of course, it's one of my favorite stories.
So again, I was, I think, in college at that point, and I had started modeling, and I didn't know a lot of expensive trainers, and you can't afford them also. Let's be very honest, I couldn't afford a trainer that would charge a lakh a month, and all.
Yeah.
Um,
When you're 18 or something, right?
yeah, and at that point, I had to lose weight for the pageant, and I had about a month. And somebody, one of the and I was selected in the top 20 girls, but to attend that, I mean to join that, I had a month. So they told me leave carbs. Dan mundu, I had not even heard of leave carbs and all of it. So I said, okay, I'll leave. Like, don't have fruits and don't have carbs. And I went on veggies and meat. But my dad would make sure that I go every day in the morning to the park. He would make me wear a lot of sweaters, like, jacket and sweaters, and run in that, like the army training, like you do that
Yes.
training. So he would make me do that, and with that we would do burpees. So I think my parents that way have been my biggest support. Like, for him to say, come on, I'm going to go with you at 5 a.m. We're going to do this in the morning, and in the evening you go to your gym that you're going, right? So you do your cardio in the morning, and evening you're doing your weight training. But they've always brought whatever experience they have to us, so that we can sort of work on ourselves and
You used to say your mom used to caddy you as well when you first started golfing.
yes. When we started golfing, this is when we were playing. I think I was in my sixth, seventh grade. Yeah. So okay, golf's an expensive game, and if you have to practice every day, with me and my brother, the caddy would be like a grand and a grand. And with dad being in the army and salary, it is expensive. I mean, all those
Yeah.
can't go to golf. So my mom wanted us to but practice every day. So she would say, I'm gonna go and carry. Like, so we used to go to the the hitting range, and she would stand in the center and say, if you hit right or left, I'm going to hit you back. Like, I am the flag. Now aim at me. So
Wow.
we used to hit around where she would be, and yeah, I think
It's
they've
so important because I think parents' encouragement,
yeah,
not that they knew you were going to become an actor, you're one math geek. Bah, ఏం లెక్కలేస్తా ఉంటుందో ఈ పిల్ల.
yeah,
Um, math honors,
yeah,
right? And but తనకి ఏం interest ఉన్న Aman is another story. That I need 3 hours live for that to talk about Aman. But they were there to support you.
something here. I'm sure he
What?
did. I don't know.
Hey, where is he? You should call him to say hi. Um, what was I saying? I was saying something.
Math,
But just,
maths.
huh? Yeah, Matt's honors that having that, in spite of doing that, and suddenly you saying you wanted to get into modeling, and then your father supporting you through that, and the story of saying, you need to go buy a bathing suit because you have, and I know your parents are very, very conservative, and they come from the army background, and it is like wake up in the morning. Being with Rakul is sometimes being like in the army only. It's time to time to time to time.
Thanks.
I know.
Thanks for saying that out loud. Anyway, I come across as way too disciplined, and people get scared. And you've just made a
She
public
is.
declaration of.
She is. We are all very scared of Rakul. I am very, very scared of Rakul. Anybody who's not scared of Rakul and her timings, they are lying, or they're not her friend.
That did not happen.
But just coming back to saying that it's so important, no matter what the child wants, to give that right support, because with that, when your parents support you, you feel like your foundation, no matter if you're willing to fail, because you can come back and fall back on them if
Yeah.
things don't go wrong, if things go wrong. But when there is no support, now even if they don't do right well, they suffer because they can't go back to where they came from. And your parents inspire me a lot in that way, because auntie and uncle are so sweet,
Oh,
and rolling with the punches. You got into working with the gyms, and uncle's like, all right, I'm there for you, because it's important for people who are watching to know that get your parents' approval if you can't, and
and I think
don't
more.
fight with that. And another thing that you guys don't know about Rakul, she talks to her parents every single day. Shoot, no shoot, we are having dinner. That 5 minutes she'll take and go talk to her parents. And I don't talk to my parents that often, and that's something I really learned from you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's so sweet. No matter how busy you are.
Laku, we are what we are because of our parents, and I know that my for my parents, it's always been our lives before theirs.
Yeah.
You know, like. I mean, I don't think we can be parents like that. We have our own lives. Tomorrow when I means you give a lot of time to Nivi and you're amazing, and I've seen that. In our holiday,
Ah, thank you.
I don't think I have that kind of patience yet, or maybe I will have it later. But for our parents, uh, their center of universe is their kids, and I think today whatever we are doing, for everything that they've always wanted our best, and the least we can do is give them a morning call and a good night call, and that's what I do, those calls, because I'm really telling you, I don't think I could have done an iota of work if it wasn't for my parents' support. Whether it's my mom choosing to, both my parents actually chose to not pursue their professions after a point. Dad took premature retirement so that he could travel with Aman, and mom quit her job so that she could travel with me. And if they've given up on their lives so that we could, go out and conquer something and live our dreams, I think the least we can do is not forget them in this journey of our dreams.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow,
Exactly.
I talk so well.
You do, and I ask great questions, so it's all about me. Somebody wanted to know who's taller. I would say I am, but no, Rakul's taller.
I wish
Yeah.
I was one inch shorter, because you know the problem that I have with being so
Rakul, you couldn't get a boyfriend without quarantine. What are you doing now? How is what 2020 we were going to find you a boy? What
skinny.
happened? You should get on those apps, the Bumblebee, whatever those apps are. Now is the time you don't need to meet. You can at least chat. What?
you know we can have this conversation outside of an Instagram live, and it's like, it's difficult for me.
Would
But
have you considered getting on one of those apps just to check out what have you ever?
no, I've never ever gone on a dating website. Never. Also with us, Laku, and I'm sure you'll agree, the thing is that you can't just have a profile. And what are the odds you're going to meet people
Arre, ऐसे नहीं रे. Not that you're gonna go meet and become serious. Don't take everything serious. Just curiosity's sake. I'm single. Who are those single boys out there? Let me stalk. Like
I,
something, no curiosity. You're waste fellow. I know, but you at least say something exciting. Now, don't tell everybody now. No, no, no. I tried once. Lie a little. Lie a little, bloody.
I hate to say it all. What will I lie? And do what? Can I tell you the honest truth? You and I gave out so much in the universe. 2020 it is. We will. It's Corona.
It's Corona.
It's like you're locked down. So yet another year. So I'm not counting this year. I'm just not counting this
Oh,
year.
Rakul said this the other day. We were talking the other day, and she was like, in Hindi, you said it. It was really funny. Like, far jaye, whatever, far jaye, this 2020, I'm going to count it again in 2021. There's no truth.
I said, yeah. I said, I'm after. I think we should celebrate first Jan whenever Corona lifts, and for all, because we brought in our New Year together, and we
Yes.
revisit that, and forget that 2020 existed and start the date
And
from
we'll call 2021 2020 again. So then we haven't lost.
action.
Sorry?
I say I think we should. But on a serious note, I think even this quarantine is teaching us a lot. It's good for,
What are the three things that it has taught you? Like went wow, bolke.
Laku. as much as I'm saying that we're all okay and we're grateful and all of that, and we should live in the present, there is a human tendency to plan a lot, right? You sort of figure your life out that this is exactly what I'm going to do, even if not life. What is it that I'm chasing? What are the kind of projects I want to do? And then suddenly everything comes to a standstill, and then you realize that really there's nothing in your hand. All that's in your hand is to be happy at all points, and your joy should not actually be dependent on these external factors of what am I doing today, am I partying today, what is the work that I'm doing. It should just stem from within. So that's one biggest learning, that to be,
Wow, that's beautiful.
yeah, to just
That's
be
beautiful.
happy irrespective of what's happening around. There's so much to be thankful. Also, I think it's a big equalizer, uh, for all of us, to understand that no one, whether you come from an influential family or you don't, whether you are someone who has a lot of power or you don't, um, the virus is going to attack everybody equally. At the end of the day, we're all humans, and we cannot fight nature, and we need to surrender, and understand that we are not far more superior as we believe that we are, and we can't really take over this planet and feel like we can get away with everything. We can't.
You can't. That's not happening.
Yeah, so I think
No.
it's equalizer which will hopefully put people, help them to stay grounded and be human. I think being human is very important, and I think this should have taught people that.
Mm. Being human.
Yeah.
I wish. People are because I think I've had the most information about what's going on around because I've been interviewing people from the head of the war rooms to everything. um some are completely in denial, saying, oh, we're just waiting, what's the point, we're going to go back to work as soon as the lockdown lifts. Some are really scared, some are open to what uh, the world is going to be anew. But no matter what you hear from people, all that they say is being human is most important. Knowing your source, nothing, your fame, your name, your
Nothing.
game, nothing matters. It'll come and get anybody. And I've been so careful. You know how, what, the red room is always full, even if I'm at home or not, to go into that room when it's empty. But to say that, no, what is important, to hold on to the people that love you, to have people to love, those simple things that we take for granted.
Simple joys of life. You know, Even now there are a lot of people who are getting agitated, and that's a message that I would give out to. I mean, I would want to share that.
That's what I'm saying. Knowing all of this and seeing with all of the people are depressed. They're losing their mind. I've been talking to some doctors where psychologically people have really, I think these series are helping for that such a way, because to show that there is beauty and light at the end of the tunnel and how we can keep ourselves positive. And I don't know why people are so depressed.
And I'll tell you, there'll be many now who will say that, oh, you have a house, so it's very easy for you to say that, and you have, food and money.
No, we are not talking about, we talked about that earlier. Now people take it to
The,
the extremes.
the privileged ones, the privileged
Exactly.
who have
Yes.
this and are still upset because they can't go out and party, or because they can't go out drinking, or I mean,
To
I
the mall or a theater or a
yeah,
restaurant or whatever it is.
first world problems.
Exactly. First world problems.
Yeah.
So, did you ever have, if you failed miserably as an actor, like you were terrible, what would you have you been? Like, what would your alternative career be?
I started with an alternative, Laku. When I did my first film, that was when I was 18, and then I chose to finish my studies. I told you at that point, when I started getting a lot, I had no idea what those films were or what the southern industry was. And I chose to finish my graduation because I gave myself 2 years. When I moved to Bombay after Miss India, I had told my parents, I'm going to give myself 2 years. If I am able to crack it, then I continue. But if I'm not able to crack it, then I get back to my studies. And I thought I'm going to do MBA in brand management and work with Louis Vuitton and Dior and all these high end brands. But
Say the names. Maybe they'll send you some free bags. We could all use some.
send me a list, maybe, because I won't know all the names. Also, you just message me and say those names right away. But but I think I was somewhere, and this is very important, and I'm glad you brought this up, Laku, because we all want to chase our dreams, but
Yeah.
but to chase them, we have to still be in touch with reality. We cannot be delusional about how much potential we have. There are things where I know I'm not good at. I do not turn a blind eye to that and say it's fine, I'm the best, and I'm gonna. You have to work on it. You have to know what your weaknesses are. You have to know how good or bad you are, because only when you know how the things that are not working for you can you take everything in your stride, in a positive way. And that's something I had in my mind from day one, that if I don't make it, it's fine. Not everybody makes it, but that doesn't mean that the 2 years that I'm giving in, I'm going to have even 1% of negativity. So it's very important, at least I work like that it's very important to compartmentalize your thoughts. Great, now I'm going to work, and this is all positive, and let me take back of what's not working for me, work on that, and then start again. But if it doesn't, because how much will you chase? If I didn't make it for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I couldn't have just been saying that this is my passion and I'm going to live my passion. You still have to sort of come to terms with the reality of life, of
This
sustain.
is such a important life lesson what you're just sharing, Rakul. Because people are like, oh, I'm going to give this all. Yes, you shouldn't be delusional about what you're doing and see where your potential lies. And yes, give it that thought or give it that love for how many ever years, but also work on alternative careers or see what it is you could do.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important to compartmentalize it. That's so true. That's so beautiful what you said. That was so profound, my baby. Listening to you speak today, what came to my mind is it's like, how are we friends? We are not the 24/7. I think I'm so attracted to you because you're such a happy person,
Oh,
and you turn ways to make people happy, to bring people together. I say this again, there's so much people don't know about you that I'm sharing today. నాకు హైదరాబాద్ లో నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఇంటికి ఎవరైనా వస్తున్నారంటే ఎప్పుడు 10 మంది ఉంటారు. నాకు ఒక్కరు ఇద్దరు ఇంటికి వచ్చే సూచన, నా ఇంట్లో ఒకరు ఇద్దరు లంచ్ కి డిన్నర్ కి వచ్చేది అసలు తెలియని కూడా తెలియదు. Rakul would say, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm home." "Okay, I'm coming." I'm like, "What do you mean you're coming?" So she was really the first one who started just hanging with me, just she and I. నాకు ఒకరితో ఏం మాట్లాడుకోవాలి, సో వాట్స్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ అంటే ఐ డోంట్ నో బికాస్ ఐఎమ్ సచ్ అ వర్కహాలిక్. సో పని 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 పని, మళ్ళీ పాప, మళ్ళీ ఇది. సో I also compartmentalize and then go off to sleep. So I don't know what it is to pick up the phone and say, so what's going on? And and vice versa. But you really brought that friendship, that camaraderie, Prakash or Rana or us, just hanging two, three of us. I don't think that for me that would have happened without you. And that you're just a happy person. You're a pain in the ass sometimes, but you're a happy person. They're two different things.
I am a pain in the ass. It's a sweet pain, the pain that you get after workout, which is good for you. You know the
The, the buggy is waiting. The buggy is waiting. Wait just 2 minutes. So
I don't know.
when we go for holidays, time to time. సింగపూర్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు పాప షూటింగ్ చేసుకొని వచ్చి పొద్దున్నే పద అంది. నేను కోపం వచ్చి లేసి 10 రోజుల నుంచి ఉన్నాను ఇక్కడ, నేను ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన పద, నీకు కావాలంటే నువ్వు వెళ్ళేసినా తీసుకురా నాకు కూడా బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ అని. Then she sat quietly and got Nibby ready and then,
Singapore.
huh?
Was it Sri Lanka? Singapore.
No, even in London, remember, you wanted to go to one of the shopping thingy early, chalo chalo. I'm like, no, I want to sleep.
I think for Bista, I said, okay, we'll go at 10 and then we'll come back at 12:30 and then no, we're on a holiday. I was like, okay, we're on a holiday, but we still need to give 6 hours there.
So that's what we're always Chappakunda chipta anmata. If we did it like that, then it could be like this.
You
But
know,
really, Rakul, my travel has gotten so much more fun with you. We really, I want to 2 days. I've really learned to enjoy life with you as a friend and the people that we've put together, in our tribe, in
yeah.
our echoes.
Uh,
Um,
I think
but
love.
really,
It's me. Hyderabad, I think, became home because of you. You know,
oh,
no, really. When does a city become your home? When people love you. First was that I got so much appreciation from the Telugu వాళ్ళు. Telugulo మాట్లాడనని నేర్చుకున్నాను. Then movies, and then happened you, and then there was friends like family. Where I could say that this is my place, and I think you're right. We're really blessed to have the tribe that we have. I think we have really special friends. We have some amazing friends, and
yes, we do. We're so lucky. Yes,
lucky. Yeah, and I love
yeah.
and I miss you
I
so much.
love you. I miss you so much. Come back soon.
I know.
Rakul, I'm sure people, all the boys who are watching, want to know what is it that you look in a boy now? 5 years ago, ki ipat ki,
You know,
I have shut up and just say, I know everything. You know means I can't tell what I know.
uh, I used to earlier. I had a longer list. Now, now the list is shorter, much concise. I think it's gonna after a point come to should be a boy. So,
People won't believe that you've been single for so long, but
correct.
that spell shall break in 2020.
But
People being single is breaking in 2020. Shh. So may you will get
now
killed.
I definitely need to figure something out.
What do you but no, what is that small list? I know we want men
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are funny and good looking and at
No,
least pleasant to the eye, or whatever, but
no,
what are those
that's
that
very
traits
secondary for me. When looks, we talk about looks or what a person does. I think what's most important for me is how driven and passionate the person is in life towards whatever he does.
about what they do?
About,
Okay.
right? There needs to be
What's he really passionate about gambling?
no. That's That's I don't gamble at all. No, what I mean is driven, right? You could be just
Yeah.
out, but then if you have that drive in you and a direction that you want to pursue, then you will never be an empty vessel with random thoughts. And it's otherwise what happens is two people have a different pace, and then one outgrows that, and like just does better things with life, and one doesn't, and then that pace doesn't match. So I feel for me intellect is very important. That's the first thing. I need to have a good conversation, and you always say that the conversation to enti, the conversation to enti. But I think for me it's very important to be able to have a sensible conversation with a guy, and I think with that you can gauge how much depth.
Communication and how they're willing to be
Not
in.
communication, I think how deep they are as people and not frivolous. I think
Mm.
what I can't handle is frivolous behavior. um uh, you know
Entitled behavior.
Arrogance. That's a big no for me. Just be real, just be like how we are, just smile when you're meant to smile. It's not taxed. Just be happy about life. And just bring happiness wherever you go. I think someone who has, and I really believe in an aura, so I think for me positivity is very important. Someone who's cribbing all the time is a big no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you meditating?
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you finish your 21-day meditation?
Oh yeah, long back. I finished the
Oh,
uh,
how was it?
21 day, and then I got into another round of 21 day, and I'm yet to do the opera one that you told me because I couldn't find the link one day. But yeah.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you. It's my fault. I'll send it. What books are you reading if you're reading any?
So I read Cosmic Consciousness. I started with that. Then I read Chariots of Gods. Then I read Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. And right now I'm reading Women Who Run with the Wolves.
Oh, that's supposed to be an amazing book.
Yeah, I've just started reading,
W-
but even the other books were amazing. Cosmic Consciousness is, all about the world and the cosmos, and I love reading all of this. Um,
Yeah.
was very very intriguing because it talks about what really goes on in our brain, in our mind, how our body.
Which one? The Cosmic Consciousness?
No, Why We Sleep.
Why We Sleep. Ah, what does it talk about?
Talks about what really happens in our mind, in our brain, how our brain functions when we sleep. We often give, me, 4 5 hours of sleep and do your work, but our system doesn't reboot, and that lost sleep never comes, and how it damages the cells that it damages, and how our brain is actually compartmentalized to register certain information as information, and to shun out the rest, which only happens through our REM cycles. So it's very interesting of what's really going on, and our human brain is, I think, supreme. It's the most complicated body that there is, and we've not understood it. So it was very very nice, and I think I've promised myself I'm going to give myself 7 hours of sleep now for sure. uh,
Wow, I'm so happy for you.
yeah.
I'm really happy for you. Rakul కాఫీ తాగి పడుకుంటుంది తనకి నిద్ర వస్తుంది పడుకుంటుంది but I tell her don't do that because అది లోపలికి వెళ్ళి what it has to do it's releasing those caffeine so no coffee before going to sleep just no aiding I know you can fall asleep
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it doesn't put you in rest no only chamomile tea for you right now
yeah. No,
so
nothing.
that's nice um no going to sleep chamomile tea is great
Yeah,
when you go to you know that
yeah.
but that's great. I've been trying to read a book and I've moved 6 different places and haven't been able to finish one page. Sorry?
Which book are you reading?
I have one called Death and one called Going Deep, Death by Sadhguru, one called Going Deeper, and one Tale of Sita. So I printed them out because there are no books, so I have like these big things. So I think this week I want to spend a little bit on reading, like just, as you said, compartmentalize time, like just give 1 hour and put phones away.
I don't know if you know this. What I have, of course, you'll say I'll do it, but I've made a routine even here. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. In it,
Routine is very important in quarantine. I've been hearing everybody say that
I made
so
a
that you don't lose your mind.
because there's so much I want to do, and I want to make the most of this time. Because I know that once things get back to normal, we're never going to get so much time again. So I wake up in the morning, and that's when I finish my reading part, before my brother wakes up. And so say morning 8 to 11 till we do our yoga. I do most of my silent reading, whether it's my book. Right now, I don't know if I told you, I'm doing the business management course. Yeah, I just
Kiska, that Harvard one.
no, not Harvard. It's another, but because Harvard's like 6 months sort of course. So this is like a concise 1 month course. It just gives you like a nutshell of business management and finance management and stocks and shares and trading and financial analysis and all of that.
Whoa.
Thought,
You had me at the first sentence. I said, "Oh, maybe I should learn business management, being here, learn something." But
yeah,
after that came, no, all that I don't need. Baba.
that's
Yeah.
like course. So I've enrolled in two. So you could probably do business management, but I thought it's important to understand because my dad takes care of all my finances, and I should know how the market functions, and this is the time that we have to do it. So that is going on, and then in the afternoon when you don't want to really put in so much mind, then I watch the master class where you can just learn from people talking,
I
just
I bought the whole year masterclass. Haven't watched one yet.
Natalie Portman's acting's nice. The science and technology is really nice. The cooking's amazing.
I think with Papa, like a lot of my time, I have kept her time, okay, when she's got class from 11. But when I've kept classes for her, online classes, is when I can do yoga or when you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So otherwise she's like around me. I don't know why she didn't come down today. I think she's with my dad. Like otherwise, my lives, she's been coming and walking like a ghost like this. like that. And then people see her and say, "Oh, okay, bring Nivi, bring Nivi." Now she's like, now if there's a live, she'll go. Yesterday I had to sit her down. So no more walking around when I'm lives. No more questions. Mommy, can I ask you this right now? No more. Like I had to handle her, dude.
Oh,
Like, but I think with
adorable. For people who don't know, I think whenever I have a daughter, I'd want her to be like Nivi, or I'm going to give you. No, I'm going to hand over the child to Nivi to handle, because by the time I have a kid, Nivi will be much more responsible, and they'll.
she will sort us out. She'll sort her out. Him, her, them out for sure.
She's not a child. She's just in a child's body. She's a very, very, very sorted, mature soul, and
She's a source being. She's the cosmic consciousness for me.
yeah,
Yeah,
she is.
yeah. We're almost at time. Can you believe it? We spoke for an hour.
Yeah, is this your longest life?
No, I've been doing 1 hour lives usually, but I've been very diligent. Some have been over an hour where when I did past life regression and Dr. Newton, because
Oh yeah,
you can't get through all that information in 1 hour. And
passed.
then some I did only 40.
I passed out in your yoga nidra live.
You did, that's right. Yeah.
Out, the phone was on and I was doing yoga nidra with that, and then I just passed out.
I love it. So these series have been great, Rakul. It's been so um, fulfilling for me to really connect people I know and just regular everyday conversations to touch, move, and inspire people from places of gratitude and where we can share our stories, and it's so important to keep the dialogue going because we are at war, but we're at war sitting at home. So, I feel even more morally responsible that as an artist, we need to bring hope to people.
I completely agree, and I think the easiest way that anybody has been at war, when it was World War I, II, Kargil, our Indian wars, and there's so many. I mean, all that you have to do to fight is stay at home, stay happy,
And
stay,
take care. Yeah,
and just be happy about it. Uh, and
yeah.
important to sort of, and I'm so glad you're doing this, to bring that emotion out. The more people that see, even if you bring in a change, influence 10 people, and bring that change in the way they look at it, um, I think it's good karma.
Ah, karma, dude, karma. Okay, before we go, what TV shows are you watching that you loved so people can
I
write some down?
recently saw this show called Watchmen, which was very, very good. It was on Hotstar. It was very unpredictable, really nice. I'll message you. I was meaning to tell you that you should watch it.
I believe
I lost you. What? You
I
believe
said Hollywood. The Hollywood is apparently
that?
very good.
That, and I started watching The Last Dance yesterday, which is this Michael Jordan's documentary, which is really nice so far. And I've been hearing, and even if you don't follow basketball, because I never followed the sport, I just knew who Michael.
But Jordan is God.
Yeah,
I mean, Jordan is something else.
it's so inspirational and motivational, and it's amazing. Then I saw Money Heist, which was okay. I didn't really care much. I saw The
You didn't.
Loudest.
I felt
It
like
was
they just
fast.
unnecessarily
I thought it was very. I didn't care much. I thought it was very,
just for the
convenient, right?
shock factor. Yeah, convenient writing. Just for the shock factor.
Because you want suddenly one person to flip, he flips. Then what's the team? And you don't feel root for any character because they're also
Yeah,
the way they react. So
yeah, erratic. Yeah.
they're very erratic. I saw Loudest Voice, which is about the rise and fall of Fox, and when this whole Me Too campaign came in. The Loudest Voice is also on Hotstar. It's really nice. It's got Russell Crowe in it. Then I saw Morning Show, which is also
Yeah,
nice.
I saw morning show.
Morning Show is nice. Morning
Did
Show,
you see Bombshell? Did you see Bombshell?
I haven't seen. I haven't watched. Yeah, nice. Next on my list is Succession. After I finished Last Dance, I've been hearing a lot about Succession, so I thought
It's
I'll watch.
supposed to be amazing. They said you'll hear a lot. It's an HBO show, so it's on Hotstar, is it?
I'm guessing,
Per
yes.
Perfect. Rakul, May 1st, as soon as the lockdown is done, I'm calling whoever I need to call and to get you back home.
I will come.
I'll
A virtual hug. I don't think we can hug. Then also there'll be social distancing. But yes,
but
yes.
at least we'll be close to each other. And this is the new life, okay?
Yeah.
Once the lockdown is done, you should be even more careful. Now the honeymoon period is over. You got to be careful. So at least the people I want to meet, I've decided that 4 or 5 people, you're one of them. So you better like,
I'm the first.
yeah,
You have a choice.
I don't. Come back soon. I love you. Give my love to Aman.
Yes, I will. Give my love to Dad, Nivi. Big hug. And I'll call you separately
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.